Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one is going to be on this one's going to be a guide on talents and glyphs and gemming and stats. I'll do a second guide tomorrow on macros and keybinds to update you on my keybinds and my macros. So anyways, let's get started. So, first of all, I'll go through talents. So, at the moment, I've set my arena talents. I'm sorry about the lag. Anyways, Rolling Blood, Plague Leech, and Unholy Blight. Right. All these are good for different things. I kind of usually go Plague Leech in arenas. It's just at the moment I am fighting a lot of rogues, so sometimes I've caught them with it because they usually, once my death and decays run out, they go up to me, so then I use it and catch them. So yeah, anyways, Rolling Blood is good because then if you don't use that many blood runes, then you won't have to use your pestilence. You can do a bit of damage with your blood runes instead, as well as that, but it's only really good on blood or for PvE or something. And yeah, I don't really use it. Plague Leech I like because basically when your diseases are about to go, you can you could use it to get an extra rune, so sometimes I can add a bit of extra damage, get an extra obliterate and stuff like that. And it's a decent cooldown as well, so yeah, you could basically use it whenever your Frost Fever and Blood Plague, is it? Yeah, Blood Plague. So yeah, you can use it when they've gone, but you need both at the same time. And Unholy Blight's good to catch rogues, as I said, and it's also good just to do it to the whole group without having to cost any runes. Right, moving on to the healing tier of the talents. Now, Lichborn. It's on a 2-minute cooldown and it lasts 10 seconds. What this does is you can get out of charms, fears and sleep effects with it, and you're immune to them for 10 seconds as well, and you can heal Death Coil. So you can use, well, you can't heal Death Coil, you can heal yourself with Death Coil. So yeah, I'd usually use this for 2s maybe, or just BGs, but Anti-Magic Zone is kind of the arena thing at the moment. It just really, you can really save your teammate with it. You can put it over a Ring of Frost if you really want. It's just better for teamwork, so even in RBGs it might work. Purgatory is good for duels, as is Lichborn, but Purgatory is pretty good for duels because if you're on the kind of close duel and that little bit of extra time actually matters, then Purgatory is pretty good. Death's Advance is really PvE, but you can use it for PvP. It's good for duels as well because it's good to fight against other melees and maybe even range to get out of the slows and all that. Chillblains is usually what I use. Chillblains what I use for BGs and RBGs and maybe duels. Basically, I love using it in BGs and RBGs because you can pestilence this and it will give the whole group a 50% slow, and it's awesome. And also, it's pretty good in arenas sometimes when you can chain device people behind a pillar or something so they can't get in line of sight of their teammate, and sometimes that can actually cost the game for them. So sometimes that rarely happens though. I usually go Asphyxiate for 3s because, well, it's a 30-second cooldown stun, and I mean, obviously it has DR with other stuns, but yeah, it silences them if they're immune to stuns as well, so that is just beast. So like, if you're on a Frost DK or something, and he pops his Icebound Fortitude at the same time he uses Asphyxiate and you don't realise, then he'll get silenced instead, so he won't be able to howl and blast and all that. So that can help as well. Now, moving on to another healing kind of, this is the healing tier really, the other one was more of like a survivability kind of thing. Anyway, Death Pact, now this is improved from Cataclysm, but I won't talk about that because like you should kind of know by now. But yeah, it's better than it was in Cataclysm. It's a 2-minute cooldown, and instead of killing your ghoul, it just takes half health off it, and it gives you 50% instead of 25%. And also your Raised Dead is on 2-minute cooldown as well, so it's no longer 3. Death Siphon. This is, I've heard it's OP when leveling. Like, I've heard that you can hit like 20k at level 70, something like that. Anyway, so that's, you should maybe you should check that out. And yeah, it basically, if you hit big with it, you heal big. I don't really use it. I think it stacks with Mastery. If I am wrong, then I don't know. I think it stacks with Mastery. It's not really used that much, to be honest. It's like a ranged Death Strike heal, but slightly more healing, I think. So yeah, if you'd probably hit like 12k and crit and heal like 18k or something like that. In well, you probably hit 12k and heal like 18k, yeah, for in PvP. So it's not really a biggie, and it costs a death rune, so I won't go for that really. But I suppose it could be alright for some situations. Moving on to Conversion. Now this is used at the moment for, I even use it for RBGs and BGs because there's a bug with it at the moment where you can heal 6% every second if you spam use it. So the macro is /cast !conversion, and you can spam it down, and you can get from like 50% to 100% in about 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So it is pretty good, this new bug. So yeah, you should try that out. And yeah, it's pretty OP. If you're if you use anti-magic gel with it as well, then you can get that extra runic power to use it. Be awesome. Now moving on to your runes kind of tier. So you got Blood Tap, Runic Empowerment, and Runic Corruption, and all these are viable in different ways. So we'll start with Blood Tap, the one I'm using. I prefer this because you can get more Obliterates in, you can get more Necrotic Strikes in, you can get more. You need a rune for your Asphyx. Oh no, you don't. You used to need it for Strangulate, so that's another thing. Good thing, doesn't need a rune. And your, just your Plague Strike, Helm Blast, all that kind of stuff. You need them. You need runes for them, and using Frost Strike will give you charges of it, and you need, I think, 5 charges to actually convert to get a death rune. So yeah, and I think you get 2 charges off each one. So I think if you use Frost Strike 3 times, so that's 60 runic power, and you've got you've got a blood charge, and obviously that leaves you still with 1 charge, so then you can get more. So then another 2 will get you another death rune. So that's a bit hard to explain really, but basically you should just macro it up with your spells. Just put /cast, like if I was doing Obliterate, /cast Obliterate, /cast Blood Tap. So basically your Frost Strike will stack up this thing, and when it gets a certain amount of stacks, it will give you a rune, a death rune back. So it's pretty cool. Now Runic Empowerment, basically your Frost Strike will have a 45% chance to just randomly give you a fully depleted rune. This is pretty good sometimes. Runic Corruption is similar to that, so 45% chance for when you use Frost Strike to instead it will increase your runic regeneration rate by 100%, so it'll double the rate of it for like just under 3 seconds. So yeah, that's they're both very similar things. It's just if you have a lot of haste, then this might go. The more haste you have, the more kind of useful this will be, because the more haste you have, the extra rune generation rate you'll actually get from this. So if you stack loads of haste, this might be pretty useful. So yeah, I might try that out. I'll see if it's OP or not. What I might do is like YOLO swag gem my haste and see what happens, and use this and see if my rune generation rate goes ridiculous. We'll have to see. Right, I'll make a video about that then. Now, Gorfian's Grasp. This is moving into the kind of AoE, I guess, kind of tier, because all of them involve AoE in some way. Right, Gorfian's Grasp. What this does is it's really good for RPGs, and basically what this does is it's a minute cooldown and a 30-yard range. What this does is it pulls all the enemies to your target. So basically, if I'm targeting an enemy, I use this. All the people around him will get pulled grip to him. So this could be good because I'll grip everyone towards a certain spot, so then I can maybe pestilence with chillblains, and all the group will have a slow. So that's what I use that for RPGs. That's why I use it. And also you can use it to friendly targets as well. So you can target a friendly target and it'll pull all the people to him. So Remorseless Winter. This one's a 1 minute cooldown. What this does is everyone within 8 yards will get their movement speed slowed by 15%, and it'll stack up 5 times, not 15. 5 times, and once it hits the 5th stack, they'll get stunned for 6 seconds. Now, this is good for random BGs and duels, but the problem is some classes can avoid it. Like warriors can heroic leap away. If you don't have a death grip, then you're doomed. Palas can freedom, because then you won't be able to stack the slow. Shamans can do the freedom totem. You know, there's a few classes that can get out of this. So yeah, some Palas I've seen bubble, and I used to think, why the hell did I do that? But actually, it saves them the game, because if they would have got stunned, they would have died. So yeah, Palas, I guess, could do that as well if they don't have freedom. Now, moving to Desecrated Ground. This is a 2 minute cooldown. It's basically a trinket. And if you stand, it lasts 10 seconds as well. So basically, you can get out of stuff with this exactly the same as your trinket, except for if you stand in this circle for 8 yards big, then an 8-yard radius, then you won't be able to get stunned or anything like that again for 10 seconds if you stand in it. So yeah, you could also do this to your mates. So let's say you got your healer polyed, and it's like if you didn't get him out of it, then you'd die, or he'd die, or whatever, and it could save the game. Then use this over your mate and it'll get him out of it. So yeah, this is pretty useful. Now, moving on to glyphs. Sorry, the talents took too long. I just wanted to explain what each talent does, and just so you can get a feel for what talents you want to play as. So this is me. I have gone for shifting presences because DKs have gone pretty well defensive nowadays. Like they've got better defensives, so I am going to be shifting to blood presence quite a lot to use conversion and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be needing to keep that runic power so I can use conversion and blood presence. Anti-magic shell. Now, this is really good because this will absorb all the damage. So like, I've had it where I didn't have this glyph and the chaos bolt still hit me for 40k. Yeah, still hit me for 40k. So I've got this because it will absorb full damage, and also it will give me more runic power because I'll be taking in more damage. So technically, it'll be giving me more runic power. Now, I've gone for Dark Succor because there's not really anything else I would personally choose. I don't really want to go for Icy Touch just because I like using the extra rune for the Howling Blast for the extra damage, because I'm on Frost at the moment, TSG comp, and I want to pull in a lot of damage. So Dark Succor is useful because sometimes getting a bit of boost of a heal, because if I'm on against the TSG comp and I kill one of their players, but suddenly I might be about to die, just because it's like a close game, then that turn might just save me. Might just give the healer a bit of a boost, because it's 20% of my health, so it's quite a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to gems. So yeah, right. So for gems, you want it to be different than the last patch. So because res has changed and all that, you won't be really gemming to res anymore, unless you really want a lot of defense. But I personally don't think you should, because frost DKs have a lot more defense nowadays. Anyways, you want to gem red, you want to gem strength, just flat strength. For orange, you want to, well, for yellow, but it'll be an orange gem. For yellow sockets, you want to gem strength and haste. Now, that's just because I prefer haste over mastery, but if you guys prefer mastery, then go mastery and strength. And for blues, you want to go strength and PvP power. So yeah, that's what I'm gemming at the moment. I prefer haste just because I prefer to get the extra rune regeneration, and mastery is, I use more obliterates than frost strikes personally. So, and mastery doesn't actually affect obliterate damage, so that's why I don't choose mastery, because mastery is frost damage and obliterate doesn't actually do frost damage, it does weapon damage. So if you guys didn't know that and you're using mastery, then you might want to switch to haste. Maybe mastery is still useful to increase your howling blast damage, but yeah, I prefer haste. So yeah, if you want to gem to mastery instead of haste, then do that. So yeah, red gem, strength. Yellow gems, your strength and haste, and your blue is strength and PvP power. Right, now moving on to stat priorities. So I'll go through it. I won't really need to tell you reforging, because this should just link to reforging. Now, basically, first you want to get your strength as your main stat. So it's strength. Then it's probably PvP power, maybe. Yeah, PvP power. Then it's probably, so it's strength, PvP power, then your hit and expertise cap, so that's 3%. And expertise is slightly different. Some people go between 3 and 6%. I personally go around 4.5. So yeah, anyways, hit an expertise cap, and then probably your haste, then res, then mastery, then crit. So, and swap haste and mastery round if you prefer mastery. So strength, PvP power, then hit an expertise cap, then haste, res, mastery, and crit. That's just my personal thing, because res is still important, but it's gone down because it's harder to like improve your res from gems now. So this is kind of just your reforging. Well, it's kind of your reforging thing, but now your PvP res is 65%, and the most you're really going to get it to is like 68. That 3% is not really worth it when you can stack a load of strength and haste. And yeah, so yeah, that's basically about it. So yeah, it's not, I prefer haste and mastery, and yeah, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of haste. I'm actually got my PvE gear on at the moment. So yeah, as you can see, my PvE gear is quite low at the moment. I'll be putting my PvP gear. I'll be getting my PvP gear back soon. Because I'm just in the middle of doing something at the moment, in IRL wise. So not really had a chance. But I've basically just been I've not really been doing many stuff on my DK. I've just been doing videos for you guys because I enjoy it. So yeah, anyways, I hope this guide helped, and also stay tuned for the other guide about keybinds and macros. I know I bang on a bit, but I really want you guys to know exactly what I personally like and some recommendations for you, and I really hope this helped. And comment if you have any questions or anything to say, and like the video, really help, and subscribe, that will help even more. So thanks for watching, and I want to thank you for 45 subscribers. So close to 50 now. That is the big goal for me at the moment. So yeah, I was hoping to get 50 in this year. And I've got it in like a month. 45 in like a month. So I mean, this has been such a journey so far, and I hope to carry it on with you guys. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and hope this helped. Subscribe and like.